Alright, finally in the Pine Barrens again. Finally, I say, because the Long Island Railroad tried to keep us from getting here today. Tons of problems. Now, I don't really cover it, but I am going to bring it up in this video just to start, because like 5 different problems on the main line. There were 3 track conditions. One in New Hyde Park, one in Westbury, another in Carl Place, another one, and then we had a tragic incident with the track worker in Jamaica, which resulted in a service suspension. So we were over a half an hour late doing all these different things that were going on, and they canceled the mainline train. So yeah, I got to tell you, the preferential treatment toward the Babylon branch continues. It's out of control, but I don't talk about it much anymore. But obviously, it's still taking a toll on me. So we're going to try to get our mind off of it today on this hike in the Pine Barrens, in Deer Park today. A little hot, but not too bad. I mean, just compared to the way it's going to be. Trust me, today's going to be great in comparison to what it's going to be about 5 days from now. Look at these delicious shapes, huh? Oh, we're heading further in than the last time, I promise you that. This is beautiful, though. Look at that. All I will say is we are in the fight of our lives against Wall Street. They have immense control over all levels of government, and they're trying to take care of their own kind while screwing us, you know. But I don't cover it anymore, you know. You know to tune to my colleagues for coverage of that. So, well, here's some damage from that storm that we had, that severe storm. Yeah, there is some damage here, but it's not the pines. Yeah, we're in the fight of our lives against Wall Street, you know. What can I tell you, you know? It's just that it impacts me because I need the trains to get around. I can't even rely on Nice Bus, you know. But it's all part of the end game. They want to force us out. Some more great shapes here. Ooh, it's hot in this spot. It's still hot in here, even though it's cool. The minute you get into these desert-like areas, it gets like 5 degrees hotter. There's a sea breeze, though, so do have a weak sea breeze. Oh, look at these shapes here. Look at these shapes here, huh? Delicious. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at these shapes here. Oh, just had to come here. I don't know when the next chance is going to be that I'm going to get here, so. Look at all those delicious shapes. We're getting a nice breeze in here, a nice sea breeze now. Nice and cool. I see a lot of butterflies flying around, but none of them are landing. That pine smells so nice. Look at all these Canadian thistles here. That's all those little purple flowers you see here. These. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of butterflies here, but none of them are landing. They're constantly flying, so I can't take a picture. Oh. Well, there's one that's landing. Well, there's one on that thistle right there. There's a bee. Hopefully it's focusing. Bumblebee. Great shapes here. Oh, there's a sulfur butterfly. I'm seeing several of them, but I'm trying to get. They're not landing though, so that's the thing. There's a whole lot of thistle here. You know why? Because of all the rain. That's why. The thistles are doing well, and that means lots of butterflies, because they usually do like thistles. That's why we see a lot of butterflies flying around. Yeah, look at these shapes here, huh? Fresh cones. Look at how green that pine is. Look at these shapes here, huh? Delicious. Look at these shapes here. Ah, I love these fresh cones. Jeez, the fresh cones right here. Yeah, this is the place to escape. Right here. This is the preserve, so there are no vagrants in here. DEC will do something if there are vagrants in here. They will kick them out. Look at these shapes. Nothing but great shapes here. Deptford pink. It's a beautiful little flower. It's not native, but it's beautiful nonetheless. It likes to grow in the pine barrens. It's a pretty little wildflower. Fortunately, not having much luck with the butterflies. I'll keep trying. Because I know Samantha wants to see butterflies. I'm trying. It's not easy to capture them, especially when they keep flying around and they don't land. It's not easy to get a picture of them. It's easy to get the picture of these shapes, though. That's a lot easier. Alright, check this out. There's two eastern-tailed blue butterflies on that little blade of grass right there, and they appear to be mating. Maybe you can see a little better. Let's see it. There you go. Two eastern-tailed blue butterflies mating on a blade of grass. It shows you how tiny they are. Wow, never seen that before. Now is a better time to hike because the sun is not as high in the sky. When that sun is directly over your head, it's much hotter. Now it's not too bad out. It's pretty nice. And I'm going to start slowly heading back, and we'll see. Hopefully, I can can get a picture of a sulfur butterfly. I'm seeing them around, but they just keep flying around. They don't land. That's the problem. That's an American lady butterfly. Finally have a sulfur butterfly for you. Okay, so we'll be leaving this area, starting to head back toward the train station. Well, I got to show you some of the sulfurs are very elusive. Here's another butterfly. I don't know what kind that is. They're very fast and they're very erratic, so it's very hard to, you know, get pictures of them, still pictures of them, and even video, you know. Alright, we're in a thicker forest now. At least there's some shade here. It's not that hot though. It's nice. It's not that hot. There's the old tracks that used to run in through here. Again, there used to be that site, which is now reclaimed by nature, used to be the power plant for Edgewood Hospital, but it's now completely reclaimed by nature. And it's amazing how quick it happens. It's only like, where's the butterfly? That might be a tiger swallowtail. Another one right over there. Oh, there's another one. We got some wintergreen with flowers again. One flower on that wintergreen right there. Here's another casualty of the storm. But, I mean, it's only these trees. These are aspen trees. They're not even native, I don't think. They've kind of grown in on Long Island over the years. They are pretty in the fall, but I think that's what those are. That's a red spotted blue butterfly, or red spotted purple, I think. Gotta understand, I like it here better than Babylon, even though I know it's pretty with the lake and everything. It's not, you know, it's very neat and orderly. It's not, you know, this is nature, this is pure nature here, you know. This is a forest, all right? They don't have a forest. Well, they do have some forest there, but it's not pine barrens. You know, only the middle of the island has the pine barrens. And I think there are a couple of pine flies around in this spot. I just felt a few. There's a thicket of these aspens here. It's actually much cooler in this spot. Temperature physics dropped a couple of degrees. And that is poison ivy, so you don't want to touch that. Though not everybody is allergic to it. Well, I think there's some Virginia creeper in here. They look a lot alike. So, we end this video where I begin it, in the desert-like area here. So, anyway, I guess I'll be getting on the train shortly. I got here despite the railroad trying to keep me from getting here. You know, and this is also in the news. I'm just going to mention it because this does impact Deer Park. The folks in Copag, because the finance professionals, you know, our white Wall Street friends have starting to move into Copeg. They built a bunch of new apartments there, so they just passed a rule in Copeg that in a couple of months, I think starting in September, you have to be Town of Babylon resident to park there. So for a lot of the folks, that means more people who, a lot of people who use the station, you know, live in Comac, and they don't want to, and they, you know, some of them use Copeg because they don't want to deal with this main line, and now they're not going to be allowed to. But here's the thing. My advice to folks, if you're a commuter and you know, you have a car, if you really need reliable service, go to use the Babylon branch anyway. You know, there's streets, you can look around in the streets, there's parking, you can park in front of someone's houses. And I know from stories that the people intimidate people over there about parking there, even though it's a public street. Well, it's too bad, all right? They get the best service, and you know, with the main line in chaos right now, you know, I don't blame people for going down there. And on weekends, I already see people from the main line going down to Belmar and parking there because they're fed up with the problems, you know, and I can't blame them. Like I said, I don't really cover it, but I figured I'd mention it just a little bit here, you know, as to my feelings about it. You know, my feelings haven't changed, all right? And I know there are a lot of people out there that don't like, you know, just don't want me going against Wall Street. Well, it's too bad. You know, the Wall Street, it affects the environment because Wall Street's greed supports the fossil fuel industry, which is hurting our environment by contributing to climate change. We have this culture of greed that is out of control, you know, our president and our governor are involved in. Both parties are in on it. You know, they're both in cahoots with Wall Street, you know, and you know, it's a culture of greed. People just constantly consuming more than this planet can sustain, you know, and You know, and the greed is just getting out of control. The people idolize, you know, the president is idolized. You know, a lot of these people want to be like Jared and Ivanka. I don't even want to talk about this stuff because it somehow impacts the environment. Somehow, yes, the parking situation in Copiague and the problems on the main line do affect the Pine Barrens because it just contributes to the neglect of this area because people don't want to be here. They want to be on the South Shore where things are all peaches and cream, you know? Because that's where the Wall Street finance professionals live. Why am I talking about this? I shouldn't have even come up in this video. I'm not supposed to talk about it anymore, but you know, I just really am very upset about what's happening. But again, my colleagues cover those issues, the transit issues, but you know, it does tie into the environment somewhat. Here, look at this beautiful scene here. Just look at this beautiful scene. So with that, I wrap up this video. You know, we all have to start getting along and start putting the love and money aside. We've got to start looking out for each other here because we are in a moral crisis is what we're in, and you know, people better wake up soon about what's going on. We got to take back our government and you know, protect our environment because again, climate change is out of control. The amount of consumption that's gone up in the past couple of years under our president is absolutely atrocious. But Wall Street loves it. You know, they're in their own little bubble. They don't think it's going to affect them. Well, you know, there's a hurricane with Long Island's name on it, and when that does come, it will affect them. And the folks on the South Shore are going to be the first, and getting the worst of what the tropical systems are going to give. You know, they can ignore it all they want, but Mother Nature is more powerful than all of us, and we shouldn't be treating this planet the way we're treating it. You know, it deserves a lot more respect. Anyway, that does wrap up this video, so thank you for watching. And yeah, remember what it's all about. Hopefully you got outside today. It's all about those great shapes